So this chapter is chapter 8, and it's called A Very Big Risk. And it has some ice on it. So chapter 7 was children, or chapter 6 was children, and then chapter 7 was ice. So who can tell us kind of what's going on in Gooseberry Park with the children and the ice in the park? Anyone remember? Sophie H?
So in chapter 6, children are born, and then in chapter 7, there was like this big ice storm, and the squirrel is trying to figure something out. Yeah, trying to figure something out how to get her children and her to safety.
And then you remember what happened to the branch?
It fell.
So the branch they lived on snapped and fell, and that was the end of that chapter. It said, I'll reread the last sentence. And it was when she was thinking of him and smiling to herself that a kind of explosion sounded in her ears, and her world lost its balance and went falling to the cold, hard ground. Sounds pretty scary to me. Okay, so chapter 8 is A Very Big Risk. What do we think? Why do we think the author titled chapter 8 A Very Big Risk? Any ideas? A very big risk. What kind of risk could she be taking? Any guesses? And Gage, Riker, Caitlin, and Houston, I can't see you guys, so if you want to chime in, just unmute yourself, okay? Sophie H, what kind of risk do you think she's, anyone?
Maybe Stumpy will she could have to like sacrifice herself to save her children.
Yeah, maybe. That is true.
Or do something that was like she could die or get hurt if she did it. Yeah. It's like the only way.
Dangerous. That's a good guess. All right. When evening descended and the ice storm had stopped, the professor still slept while Kona kept vigil at the window, trembling as giant pines bent their icy heads to the ground and jumping at the sharp sounds of thick bark breaking. All of the lights in the neighborhood were out. The refrigerator didn't hum, the plant light didn't buzz, and the warm furnace air didn't hush through the vents. Professor Albert's fireplace and the gas post lamp in the front yard were the only sources of light, and they cast a funeral glow upon the house and its occupants, stranded like polar bears on the Arctic floor. What are we going to do, Gwendolyn? Kona asked, his big head casting a giant shadow over her bowl. Stumpy is in serious trouble. Yes, Gwendolyn answered, nodding. It's serious, very serious. Even if her tree is still standing, she will be trapped in her nest. And the ice, the babies. I have to help her, Kona said, pacing in circles around the living room. Kona dear, what can you do? She is up at the top of a tall tree. There would be no way of reaching her. And the journey to the park, treacherous, very treacherous indeed. The ice is difficult, nearly impossible to cross, as poor Professor Albert demonstrated earlier. What do they mean Professor Albert demonstrated that the ice is treacherous to cross? Do you guys remember what happened when Professor Albert tried to go to the mail or to the tree to cover it with a blanket? He went down and he was trying to cover one of the trees up with the blanket so it didn't die. Lily, what happened? You remember?
No, because I don't think I was here.
Oh, then don't raise your hand. And he slipped and he fell in the ice because the ice gets really slippery. So she's saying it probably would be dangerous for Kona to go. Kona, you would be taking a very big risk. And perhaps for not. She is over 100 feet in the air. What if she isn't, Gwendolyn? Kona stopped pacing and looked at the crowd. What if her tree is one of those that came down? Gwendolyn shook her head sadly. If it was, then I very much doubt, dear, that Stumpy, such a fall. What do you think she means by that? What do you think Gwendolyn doubts? Do you think she's worried about them being alive? Henry, what do you think?
Being alive.
Yeah, that maybe if the tree branch fell, they'd probably die. So think of like someone the size of Roy, like a small hamster-sized squirrel falling from like a pretty high tree branch. I don't know. I'm not sure if they would survive or not. That's pretty scary. Okay. The old crab looked at the dog and spoke gently. Her chance of surviving seems very unlikely. Kona took a deep breath and with eyes wide and sincere answered. Whether she is alive or not, Gwendolyn, I have to take care of her. The crab sighed. Well, my dear, I expect you do. But I am not sure how you will accomplish it. 5 minutes later, Gwendolyn was working the lock on Professor Albert's front door. What's going on in that picture? Do you see the lock? How is Gwendolyn trying to unlock it? And who's helping her?
The doorknob, she's using her
Antenna.
whiskers. Yeah, antennas to open the door.
And then right here, who's helping her get to the door?
The dog.
Yeah, I'm holding her in his mouth. She probably has to be really careful with her shell, huh? All right, let's see what happens next. So Kona's probably going to get out, right? So it sounds like, what's he planning to do? Lily?
To get out of the house.
Where's he going to go?
Probably to help the
Stumpy, right?
yes, Stumpy.
Kona held her steadily in his mouth, and with a deft claw, she turned the mechanism gently, then click, it was done. Kona placed her back in her bowl. Thank you for not sneezing, dear, she said. I'm still not sure if I can get the door open, said Kona. Just pretend the knob is a bone, Gwendolyn answered. I have every confidence you will do it. And the dog did. After only a minute or so of vigorous gnawing and biting, the door popped open. Uh-oh. So who do you think's taking a risk? Lily?
I forgot the dog's name, but the dog.
Kona. Yeah, the dog. That's risky because right now he's in a warm, safe house, but he feels like he's got to go help his friend. Kona looked back at his good friend staring anxiously through the glass, at Professor Albert snoring peacefully on the sofa, at his own warm bed in the corner, and at the inviting flames of the fireplace. I'll be back soon, Gwendolyn, he said. Of course you will, said the crab. Take good care, dear. She did not want Kona to know how worried she was. When Kona went out the front door, he didn't close it all the way behind him. He needed to be able to get back in the house before Professor Albert woke again. Kona breathed deeply, took one strong, confident step, and with a magnificent slide, shot right off Professor Albert's porch into the top of a juniper bush. Sprawled there, he groaned and looked out at the several blocks he would have to cross to reach Gooseberry Park. He looked back at Gwendolyn in the window, her antennas swirling around and around. Just then, a heavy branch from a tree across the street crashed into his neighbor's front yard, taking several broken shingles with it. Kona sighed, then carefully maneuvered back onto his feet. Inching his way slowly, he began his icy journey. Gooseberry Park seemed to him to be on the other side of the world. Instead of taking the sidewalk, Kona decided to cut through yards. It would save time, and there would be more things to hold on to. He crossed one yard by hanging on to the hemlock hedge. A second yard he had a rail fence he steadied himself against. In another, a long concrete planter kept him on his feet. Some yards had nothing at all to hold on to except the occasional ice-covered bush. In these yards, Kona danced, skated, skied, and rolled. He fell again, and once he struck his nose so hard that it bled. Kona saw not one sign of life along the way. One sign of life along the way. Save for a large yellow tomcat who tried to impress him by easily strolling across the icy top of an Oldsmobile. Kona gave him a sour look and went on. The dog's body was bruised and his spirits had taken a beating as well. But he was determined. He knew where to find Stumpy's tree and he was bound to make it there. Something inside was telling him to do this. His teeth ached from holding on to every solid object he could grasp, and his tongue was numb with cold. But something called him, and no matter the price, he would answer. Okay, that is the end of chapter 8. I think we'll stop there for today. Chapter 9 is called Rescue and Remorse. Does anyone have a guess as to what remorse means? Do we know what rescue means? What does rescue mean? Who can answer that? Ava, what is rescue?
Like save.
Yeah, saved. Does anyone have a guess as to what remorse might mean? Remorse. I'll give you a word. Oh, Rhea, do you have a guess? No? I'll give you a word that is similar to remorse. Lily, do you have a guess?
No, but my battery is running low, so I don't know how to do. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I can.
Oh. Well, we're almost done, so if you want to just stand for a few more minutes, okay?
Okay.
So a word that's similar to remorse is regret. Does anyone know what regret means? If you regret doing something, how could you explain it? Landon, what does regret mean to you?
Revenge?
Kind of, yeah, that's similar. It has a similar beginning. Revenge is more like when you want to get back at someone. Regret is a little bit different. Does anyone else have an idea what regret might mean to them? Riker?
Regret means like when you do something that you regret doing. So like what you don't want to do.
Yeah, like that so you regret something that you didn't want to do. What's another way to explain it? So VH, do you have another explanation?
Regret means you did something that you wish that you didn't do.
That's the word I thought of too, wishing you didn't do something. So thanks for all of your help with defining that, guys. That was awesome. So this chapter 9, is called Rescue and Remorse. And now we know that remorse is kind of like regret. So why might this chapter be called Rescue and Remorse or Regret? Who has a guess? Sophie H., why do you think it might be called that?
Because maybe he might save Stumpy and her little babies, but Kona might die.
Oh no. That would be awful. Who has another guess? Nathan had a big reaction to your prediction, Sophie. Nathan, thanks for the fun faces. Charlotte, what do you think this chapter might be about?
I think that he's gonna say he's gonna save the squirrels, but he regretted for helping them.
Okay, he might regret helping them. Okay. That would be sad. I wonder what would happen that would make him regret that. Lily?
I feel like he'll regret that he's he'll regret because he has to babysit him and they have so much energy. So
You're thinking of it from a little sister or big sister standpoint. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen. I hope that no one gets hurt, but I don't know. It could happen, right? Okay, so tomorrow we're going to read chapter 9 together, and I'm going to show you kind of my notes and how I'm going to take notes on my topic. And then maybe I want everyone, can we come tomorrow with some facts to share from what we've learned? Okay, cool. I see lots of nodding heads. So tomorrow when you come to our WebEx meeting, I want you to have like your note page. And if you're already done with all your notes, try like thinking about how you want to organize them in a book, right? Because usually when we take notes, it's kind of just like a big jumbled mess. So think about, okay, I'm going to have a page about all about what my animal eats. And then I'm going to have a page about where it lives. And then I'm going to have a page about who hunts this animal, what danger is it in, okay? So start thinking that way, and if you need help with that, you can share some facts with us and we can give you some ideas on what to do, okay? And then also start thinking of a title. If you want to get on Book Creator today, I have that website put in already, and then I'll send you my class code. So once you get signed up with an account, here is the class code, okay? So I sent it in the message, and this is on the assignment for this week. It's under this, I'll send you this link too. So if you want to open this up on your computer, this is the Google Doc that has all the information, okay? So you can open that up, and then once we get on, the information will still be there. And if you want to ask your parents to help you set it up now so you can work on it with me tomorrow, you can do that. And if not, you can just get it set up after our meeting, okay? Sophie, do you have a question or a comment?
Does it have to be an animal?
No, definitely not. Usually the second grade teachers don't let the kids choose animals because in first grade, most of the first grade teachers do an animal project. But our class at least didn't really do that. Ava, your class might have last year. Did you do an animal research topic? So Ava might want it. You can choose an animal if you want still, but I figured since we didn't do big animal research topics, it was fine with me if you wanted to choose an animal for this book. But you can choose absolutely anything. Like some kids might choose like a sport, or you could write about fashion or about dance or a famous person that you admire. You could write about really anything. Like Charlotte's going to do babies. Bergen's writing about the solar system. So really like anything that you're interested in, write about. If you want to write about baking or the history of the cupcake or Roblox, I don't know, anything you want to do, Minecraft. As long as you're researching it, that's fine with me. If you can find information about it, but you have to be able to find some books about it, right? Or some articles. Sophie?
At first, I was kind of sad between the starfish or sea turtles, but then I decided that I want to research music.
Music, very cool. I love it. So if you have a topic but you're not really sure what to do after you have your topic, what I had Bergen do today is to just write down like 5 or 6 questions that you want to find out about it, and that can help kind of guide you and help you look for books on what to do. And Sophie, are you able to get on Epic? Yes, because you watched all those cool how-to videos, those things, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So you can get on Epic and search for music on there. If you need help finding books, just let me know, okay? All right, any other questions before I let you go for today? Ray, is that your hand up?
Yes. Well, I need. I have to like. It's for free, but I need help getting on there.
On Epic? Okay. I'll send your mom a message with the class code, okay?
Okay.
When
Thank
you
you.
get on, does it say what is your class code?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
I'll
asks
send
me like stuff, and then at the end we do it all, and then it like asks for the class code, so I have to book.
I have one for you, okay? I'll send it to your mom when we get off.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. All right. Is everyone good? So tomorrow we're going to come with some information written down on our topic. And if you want to get on Book Creator today and make an account with your parents so you can work online, you can do that. And if not, we can do it maybe on Thursday, okay? So Wednesday is Miss Cohn. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is working on nonfiction, okay? So Friday, we're gonna write the beginnings of our stories. So you wanna have all your research kind of done by then, okay? We good? All right, I love you guys. It's so great. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is happy and healthy and having fun at home. I miss you. I made a slideshow for our end of the year celebration, so get excited to watch that in a few weeks. There's so many cute pictures of you guys. Also, I shared a photo album on Google with your parents, so if you want to look at old pictures, you can ask them to go to my email and go to the Google Photos, and there's tons of pictures from the school year, okay? And you guys can look at them and save them and print them and do whatever you want, okay? All right. Charlotte, do you have something to say?
Yesterday I lost one of my molars.
Wow, that's wild.
It's right here.
Very cool.
There. This one.
You're gonna start getting a new one there?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was my first molar.
Wow.
And also I got $8.
That's a lot. All right, guys, if you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye, you can. Have you guys still been staying on to talk to each other, or do most of you hop off? Staying on? Lacey, you've been staying on? Cool. All right, well, if you want to stay in the chat, talk to each other about what you do. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. See ya.
Okay, bye, Rhea.
Bye, Rhea. Guys, I had the battle pass. Edgar, do you have the battle pass?
Yes, I do. I have battle pass and I'm level 203.
What?
Yeah, I play a lot.
Me too. Me too. Listen, you do not play a lot. You don't even know how to play
Fortnite, Mason.
I'm in Fortnite. You have to tell
Sizzle.
me your name. You have to write your name and then I'll write it down. Okay? I know my dad's password.
Nothing.
Did you write it, Tiger? Okay. Bye, everybody.
Lacey,
What?
have you gotten my letter yet?
No.
Have you gotten the one with the lip gloss?
No.
Still?
Yeah.
I wonder if it got lost in the mail. I'm kidding.
Maybe.
I
got again.
What?
Us again. It's always just us.
Seriously, Mount Lemon was so fun. But since my brother gets car sick, Oliver, my dad had to, because the road is really windy, at a store, my dad had to get medicine so that he wouldn't throw up.
Yeah, that's what my sister has to take. I don't get car sick at all. Both of my sisters have to take it.
We did see an older kid on the side of the road that was leaning over. That was throwing up.
Yeah.
It's like just like so twisty. Even up to you have a like a present for your mom for Mother's Day?
Not yet.
I just made her a shrinky dink, and I made her
Me, my sister, and my other sister, Taxi, are going to make her something.
what's that?
Zoe has joined the meeting, and it looks like.
Zoe, you missed the whole thing.
Oh,
we're late.
Should I just egg out? Except. Okay.
Now, just us three. Me, Lacey, and you.
Oh, okay.
I've been wanting to ask you a question.
But.
Did it hurt when you got your braces?
Yeah, kind of. They shoved like multiple things in my mouth.
Did it hurt like really bad?
Yeah, I had to squeeze my mom's hand.
When I got my tooth pulled out, it did. Like the weird thing is, it didn't hurt while it was getting pulled out, but it hurt like when we were driving home from so bad. I still have it, the tooth.
Where is it?
Show you.
Can I go grab something that they want me to show them?
It's right here.
Oh, wow.
They let me take it home. They gave me a little box, so I just keep it.
Lacey, now that you can see me, I could show you my camera. Let's go grab it. Fortresses and secret graves. And shows. What?
This is my Aunt Zach's camera.
That's cool.
You guys got reading 15 minutes and math 15 minutes.
Math 15 minutes or 2 pages?
What?
2 pages of math 15.
15 of reflex.
Zoe?
3 of us have one.
Zoe, you have 5 minutes and you gotta get some schoolwork done.
Okay.
Zoe,
What?
this is mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Stop. So yeah, what have you been up to?
Nothing really. Doing schoolwork, and we skipped. So we do like a homeschool, and we skipped homeschool today and yesterday because we're watching the new Star Wars. Oh wow. So I got pink, and Lacey got purple, and you got blue.
I got teal. Mint. Look at the greenish color.
It won't work. What if I put it red?
Wait, what are you doing? Lacey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Hey, go. You have some math to do. Say bye.
Why did she have to leave so early?
I got the time wrong. It was actually at 1.
Oh.
You guys had a late lunch, I forgot.
What do you have?
You guys know. Zoe?
I love just looking through it. It's so fun. Like pretending that you're taking a picture.
My mom wants me to hang up, so bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
You too. I'll see you tomorrow. Now it's just us again. I can't believe she missed the whole thing.
Yeah.
She didn't even know it.
That was weird.
It was. Are you sitting on your window seat?
Yeah.
So have you been doing anything special?
Not really. But looking out my window and trying to find coronavirus.
So,
I'm excited. It's still there.
Lacey, so I just have some suckers, and then on the trips, when we went to Payson, my mom got me bubble gum, and then when we went yesterday, when we were driving home, we each got to pick out a candy at Walmart, and I got Jolly Rancher shoes.
You have so many.
They're delicious.
Hello, birdie. Oh, another birdie.
What's your topic going to be about?
Cats and dogs.
What?
Cats and dogs.
Cool. Lacey, it literally took 10 hours.
That's wow.
We drove there, and then we did like the whole mountain thing, which is 1 hour, and then a drive home, and then equal all that together, 10 hours. What do you want to talk about? anything to talk about. Ruby, please stop. That Ruby being really obnoxious. So, wait. So today, Grandma, will you please stop? My grandma is cleaning out her closet, and she found this old backpack that's really dusty, and she said I could have it. It kind of looks weird, but it's a backpack. Like, it looks weird in the camera on the computer, but it's a backpack.
Yeah, I know.
It's so dusty, so I'm gonna have to like use a wet washcloth and wipe it off. And then my grandma in her closet.
Can I get red candy?
What? No, I don't. And then she found a camcorder, which is kind of like a recorder. And then she found the stand that went to it. So me and Ruby were pretending. Me and Ruby were pretending that she was like the person that was taking the news. And it was the person on the news. I was like, "Hello, everybody. This is Channel 8 News, and today's story is Grandma cleans out her closet."
And you can move it. Turn it.
I didn't really know what to say.
Side.
So,
And you can make it go like.
have you found anything cool? Someone? What?
This rock found.
Cool. So at the place that we went after we went to the mountain, I had like a little stream, and there were these cool rocks that had like little pieces, like this shiny stuff in them. So, yeah. Wait, give me a second. Sorry that took so long. The rocks are in my mom's car, so I can't get them right now. Have you gone anywhere? So what do you want to do? There's like nothing to talk about.
This Calvus forgot to stop recording.
Oh my gosh. What? You turn it off?
I can't.
What? She forgot what? Stop recording? Or did she? Recording her video? It's recording again. Oh my gosh, it won't stop.